Okay, so this is the migration piece. It talks generally about migration, the migration story. Now there are a couple of things that are happening here. Let me cross in front of myself. And you see it has traditional quilting here, right? Everybody recognizes that. But then there's also this tablecloth, which represents its own prosperity, right? Because if you had one of these, you were probably a domestic, and the people you work for would have handed it down to you, would have given it to you as a cast-off. But when you had it in your home and you put it on that table, people came by, it showed a particular kind of prosperity, right? So this is the story of this fellow who was left from New York and writing back home to say he has found work as a longshoreman. That's the letter that says, come on up, right? The streets are paved with gold, right? Now, the streets are paved with gold outside of a tenement house with trash cans in the front.
Wow.
As opposed to the land that she's standing on, that they own, that they farm, that has been traditional, being the real gold. So the story, the migration story in large part becomes, I'm going to trade in what I own, what I know, and what has been in my family for the promise of liberty in these streets paved with gold. Now at the same time, the people were migrating. Adam Clayton Powell was out there saying stuff like, stay where you at, build up, right? Where you're at, and we can have liberty and prosperity throughout the land. You don't have to come to New York for it. But again, the promise versus the reality. This fella here, you can see, is not as fleshed out as some of the other drawings that I do. It's kind of a line drawing, right, of him, but he's sharp, right? Now, when you look at this piece, and again, I'm giving you the inside story, if you have more time with it, what you would notice as you're looking at this traditional quilting here is this is just kind of here, right? But it matches the liberty here. So the promise, the liberty that's promised here by the Statue of Liberty versus the liberty and the promise of liberty where you are, in the traditions where you are, which is kind of what Powell was talking about, everything Powell was talking about, right? So again, it's the migration story with a whole lot of elements built into it, right? Gold versus gold, the gold of the land. You know, a lot of people left the land. A lot of people sold the land and went other places, but there's no place to return to, right?
Yeah.
There's no place to return to. Right. So that's, again, that's what this piece is all about, and I hope that as you spend a little bit more time with it, you get a chance to enjoy it.
Thank you, Jas Mardis, everybody.